This is Montana This Morning.
If you were planning on floating the Madison anytime soon, well, make sure you have your conservation license. I'm Cassidy Powers, and I spoke to Montana Fish, Wildlife, and Parks about why they instated this license.
A show of unity last night at the Republican National Convention. I'm Sabrina Franza in Milwaukee, where former primary rivals threw their support behind former President Trump.
I'm Megan Thompson here in a Butte neighborhood, and coming right up, we're going to take a walk with the social media influencer and mental health advocate who's been befriending cats across the U.S.
Alrighty, it is 6 o'clock on this Wednesday, July 17th. Jane McDonald and Matt Elwell with you bright and early. Matt, how's your Wednesday going so far?
So far, so good. I'm keeping an eye on the air quality again today. I think that's been the case over the last week or so. I don't see major changes as it stands now. Our temperature right now in Belgrade already at 60 degrees. 48 in Butte, 48 in West Yellowstone. The afternoon, a little chance of a shower or a thunderstorm, pretty slight, but it is out there developing over some of the mountains of extreme southern parts of Gallatin, Madison, and Beaverhead counties for the day today. I just don't see great rain chances, but there is the potential of a pop-up shower. You can see the haze in our skies as we're looking over the brick this morning on Montana State University campus. Daytime temperatures expected to be into the upper 80s, right near the low 90s for most of the area. Again, there is a very isolated chance, but overall pretty dry conditions. I'm going to break down the longer-term forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you very much, Matt. Well, floating a popular stretch of the Madison River north of Venice will now cost you some money. Our Cassidy Powers explains why you now need a conservation license in order to float most rivers in Montana.
Thousands of people start their float down the Madison right here at the California Corner boat ramp, and that number continues to increase every year. So I spoke with Fish, Wildlife, and Parks about what they're doing to manage those masses. Do you guys come floating here often?
Every year, I'll say.
It's a family tradition.
Chase and Jessica are a brother-sister duo from Denver. They've vacationed in Bozeman every summer since they were kids, and floating the Madison is always at the top of their to-do list. Have you guys noticed it get any busier over the last few years?
I would say yes. A lot of college kids coming down.
I mean, it's usually very busy during the summer.
It's no secret the Madison River has seen an increase in traffic over the last few years. Montana Fish, Wildlife, and Parks, or FWP, counting tens of thousands of visitors each year with hundreds daily, which is why, as of 2023, a conservation license was instated.
It became required for anyone recreating on most state lands. It allows Fish, Wildlife, and Parks to generate revenue to put toward the maintenance of these areas that are really used quite heavily.
I spoke with Morgan Jacobson, the public information officer for FWP. He tells me, historically, the people visiting these sites to go fishing already have a conservation license because it's included with the fishing license. But now that the river sees more floaters than fishers, they need to find a way to keep up with maintenance.
Littering and vandalism is the continual issue that we're dealing with at many sites, and there are costs associated with that.
In fact, according to a Reddit Bozeman post, last Tuesday, one floater returned to their car in the Milwaukee Bridge boat ramp parking lot to their trailer tire slashed and their passenger door scuffed, which is why FWP has been trying to get the word out about the conservation license requirements.
There's also a lot of signs that have been posted at these sites that tell you, first of all, that you need a conservation license, but also how to obtain one.
And although an adult license only costs $8, FWP is still only seeing 50-50 compliance, which I found to be true because I asked some floaters if they had a conservation license.
I knew nothing of it, no.
I actually heard from a friend of ours.
So as the number of floaters goes up, Morgan hopes to see the amount of conservation licenses increase as well.
Because they're public sites, they're public resources. We want to keep them in good shape so that our kids and grandkids can enjoy them into the future.
In Bozeman, Cassidy Powers, MTN News.
And tonight, former President Trump's running mate, J.D. Vance, is set to take the stage at the Republican National Convention. Last night, several of Trump's primary challengers and fiercest former GOP critics came together in a united front of support for his candidacy. CBS News' Sabrina Franza has more from the convention in Milwaukee.
Former President Donald Trump was back for day 2 of the Republican National Convention as several of his biggest 2024 primary rivals took the stage in a show of party unity.
Donald Trump has my strong endorsement, period.
Trump's former UN ambassador Nikki Haley and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis flipped from fierce campaign foes to committed Trump allies last night.
Donald Trump has been demonized. He's been sued. He's been prosecuted, and he nearly lost his life. We cannot let him down, and we cannot let America down.
Safety was the other theme on day 2 as speakers pushed for tougher anti-crime and immigration laws.
The country is less safe. But here's the good news. We can fix it.
Tonight, all eyes will be on Vice Presidential nominee J.D. Vance as he addresses the convention crowd. The 39-year-old junior Ohio senator was seen doing a walkthrough in preparation of tonight's speech on the convention stage yesterday. A new CBS poll shows there's enthusiasm among Trump's MAGA base for his VP pick, though a majority of other registered Republicans say they're unsure.
I don't really know who he is, but Trump is a smart man, so I believe that he made the right choice.
Trump and Vance are scheduled to hold their first joint campaign rally together in Michigan this weekend. Sabrina Franza, CBS News, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
And Saturday's Trump-Vance campaign rally will be the first one the former president will hold since a gunman opened fire at his Pennsylvania one days ago, killing one man and injuring Trump and 2 others. The shooter was also killed by law enforcement. And Montana has 31 voting delegates at this year's Republican convention. Secretary of State Christy Jacobson officially delivered their votes to Donald Trump during Monday roll call of the states. Montana Republicans also hailed Trump's selection of J.D. Vance as his running mate in statements Monday. U.S. Senate candidate Tim Sheehy addressed the convention Tuesday evening, and his campaign says he spoke in support of Trump's America First agenda. Senator Steve Daines, who chairs the nationwide Republican Senate Campaign Committee, will also be speaking during the convention. Now, a little bit closer to home and a little west, streets in downtown Missoula and in surrounding neighborhoods were closed Tuesday due to filming of the Yellowstone television series. Yesterday, there were closures near the Missoula County Courthouse on Raymond Street and West Broadway until 7 o'clock at night. Today, there will be even more closures on Missoula streets. Those will last from 6 o'clock in the evening to 3 in the morning. Street closures and detour signs will be in place, so drivers are being told to allow a little extra time to travel or to plan an alternate route.
Welcome into the Bobcat End Zone Complex, where the groundbreaking ceremony was held on Tuesday for the new state-of-the-art $25 million indoor athletic center here at Montana State.
This was maybe wanted for a long time, but I think through my 8 years and through the last 5 or 6 with the playoffs, it's needed.
The IAC will be located west of the track and field complex, behind Bobcat Stadium. This project, which includes 100 yards of turf encompassed by a 6-lane, 300-meter oval track, is 100% donor financed. And it really helps the football and the track and field teams compete through the harsh winter and spring weather Bozeman can offer.
I think it shows what Bobcat Athletics means to our fan base. Not all of them are alumni, not all of them live here, but they know the impact that athletics can have on these young people's lives. And our job and our impact is the development of them from the time they get here to the time they walk across the stage at graduation.
In Bozeman, Grace Lawrence, MTN Sports.
And Montana's Department of Transportation is launching a new traffic safety program. The department says over the past 10 years, more than 2,000 people have died on Montana roadways. Nearly 40% of those deaths came from crashes involving alcohol-impaired driving. In attendance for the launch were hundreds of Department of Transportation workers and their families. Montana Governor Greg Gianforte and former Montana State linebacker and current NFL player Troy Anderson.
I know numerous friends or friends of friends that have been severely injured or even killed. And it's sad. Like I said, there's no room for that, and nobody should lose their life just by driving or making a poor decision on the roadway. It's just not worth it. You just can't have it. Like I said, Montana people are special, and we got to keep them all alive and safe.
And as part of the traffic safety program, Anderson has starred in a number of commercials advocating for safe driving practices. And this weekend, more than 100 people gathered in East Helena for the inaugural Smelterman's Picnic. Now, the picnic was organized by past ASERCO employees looking to reconnect with past co-workers and share with everyone the history of the site. The East Helena smelter ceased operations back in 2001, and all in all, around 150 people were in attendance, mainly comprised of past employees and their families. Organizers say they were thrilled with the turnout and will definitely be continuing the tradition next year. Now, over in the mining city, if you heard somebody calling to your cat in Butte, well, it just might be a popular social media influencer. He says his goal is to boost his mental health, but it appears he is also helping others. Our Megan Thompson shows us what a catwalk is all about.
A well-known social media influencer based out of Washington State has been wandering the streets of Butte lately in search of his favorite animal and a boost of serotonin. Some say he's the leader of a secret cat society. He says he's a mental health advocate. Maybe he's both.
Oh my gosh, there's a cat. Hello, kitty. People have made conspiracy theories about this before. Like, somebody was like, is he really in the Illuminati? And I'm like, bro, it's just a joke. I promise.
That said, Christopher Watson, also known as Cat Luminati, does have something of a cult following, with about 3 million fans on several social media platforms. His popularity led to big-name brand collaborations, but Chris said his goal is to help others.
It's happened multiple times where I'll see a cat in the neighborhood and I'll be like, you know, this cat's having some issues, and I'll contact the human and say, hey, if you need help, just let me know.
Chris says he struggles with severe depression and anxiety. Inspired by his husband, who now acts as his cameraman on catwalks, Chris began venturing out into the neighborhood.
All the time talk about, you know, how the catwalk helps them, and I actually know it does because the catwalk saved me. The cats in my neighborhood saved me. Y'all, I love you. There's like cats in every single window here. I was like, that's a big cat.
What have cats taught you?
Cats can teach consent. Cats let you know what they want and what they don't want, and you have to learn to respect that.
Hello, mister. Since I've never done a pickup test with you, let me try with you first.
Cute little baby. You have such a cute little tuxedo.
Blanksons. Oh, I wish cats were in the world. That would be way better. We're taking over the Montana news, and you're only going to hear about cats from now on. Hello, Bozeman.
To see if your cat's now famous, look up Cat Luminati in Butte. Megan Thompson, MTN News.
What a cool thing to do on a Tuesday.
A picturesque area to do it, for sure.
It was a lovely day yesterday, too. Just maybe patching out some of the smoke a little bit,
Yeah,
but when you're on a catwalk, I mean, it's never a bad day. Now, before we head into a break, okay, I've been excited to share this with you, Matt, all morning long. The 2024 Mullet Champs is underway.
Look at that guy.
This is a nationwide competition, no age limit. So everybody from the oldest in our society to, of course, some of the youngest.
Yeah.
They can
Business
get
in the front, party in the rear, right?
Absolutely right. They're learning at a young age how to rock it like a rock star.
There you go.
How cool is that? Now, this is just round one. There's going to be multiple rounds that people are going to be voting on. I mean, I kind of like the curls that he has going on in the back.
He's got a good shorty long back.
I think so. I want to know the like the hair care routine that goes into that. I mean,
if I grew one, it would be a skullet, not a mullet.
Yeah, big difference there. I would still vote for you, though.
Thank you.
I'd get you through.
Somebody would.
No chance on round two, though. I don't know about that.
I don't think I qualify.
Now, we're going to take a break. When we come back, though, we got all your top headlines, another look at that forecast for you, and some news out of Helena.
I'm Jonathan Amberian in Helena, where a district judge has ruled that for now, inactive voters' signatures should continue to be counted on petitions for ballot initiatives. I'll have a closer look at what happened.